Hello everybody, welcome back to all of you in my YouTube channel. In this video, here we discuss aspects regarding to the post-fertilization changes. In our previous video, we discussed regarding to the double fertilization, and after double fertilization, post-fertilization changes occurs, and in the post-fertilization changes, mainly here we discuss development of endosperm, development of embryo, and some aspects regarding to the significance of a fruit and seeds. So let's start here. Here in the fertilization, we know that fusion of male and female gamete occur, and after fertilization some changes occur, that is the post fertilization changes. And in the post fertilization changes, here we discuss that development of endosperm and development of embryo. First here development of endosperm. We know that in the double fertilization, first fertilization occurs in between male and female gamete, whereas that second fertilization occurs between that second male gamete and secondary nucleus. And the product of second fertilization is triploid primary endosperm nucleus, and the triploid primary endosperm nucleus develops into the endosperm, and endosperm is the nutritive tissue which gives nutrition or nourishment to the developing embryo. So that's why development of endosperm occurs. Another thing is, when fertilization occur, or that after fertilization ovule turns into seed and ovary turns into the fruit, that development of endosperm occur, and according to the presence of endosperm in the seed, there are two types of a seed, that is non-endospermic seed and endospermic seed. Means in the non-endospermic seed, that endosperm is totally consumed by the developing embryo, and that's why that seed is called non-endospermic seed, which is also called as non-albuminous seed. Some of the example of non-albuminous seed is pea, bean, gram, groundnut. Second type of seed, that is endospermic seed. In that endosperm is used by embryo during the seed germination, and that type of seed is called endospermic seed, and the example of endospermic seed is castor, sunflower, coconut, etc. So the two types of seed according to the presence of endosperm in them. And next one is types of endosperm. In the types of endosperm, there are three types of endosperm, and all these three types of endosperms are develops from the peen, means primary endosperm nucleus. And in that, first is nuclear endosperm. In the nuclear endosperm, that primary endosperm nucleus undergo free nuclear division, means without followed by cytokinesis, and many nuclei are formed, and that wall formation occurs, and later on that cytokinesis occur, and that endosperm is formed, that is called nuclear endosperm, and which is the common type of endosperm seen in the angiospermic plant. So first type of endosperm, that is the nuclear endosperm. Second type of endosperm is cellular endosperm. In the cellular endosperm, that peen undergoes nuclear division followed by cytoplasmic division, like the cellular manner. That's why that kind of endosperm is called cellular endosperm, and which is less common type of endosperm, which is mainly seen in some dicot plant. Second type of endosperm, that is cellular endosperm. Next one is halobial endosperm. In the halobial endosperm, that peen, means primary endosperm nucleus, shows first nuclear division followed by cytokinesis, and that forms the two types of a cell, that is micropylar cell and small chalajal cell. Further, that each type of cells shows free nuclear division. So that is the intermediate between nuclear and cellular endosperm, which is seen in the halo B series of a monocot. That's why this kind of endosperm is called halobial endosperm. So these are the three types of endosperm seen in the plants, that is nuclear endosperm, cellular endosperm and halobial endosperm. So that's the fertilization, post fertilization change occur in the plant, that is development of endosperm. Second post fertilization change is, that is the important one, that is development of embryo. Embryo is developed from the diploid zygote, and that zygote is the cell which is formed by the fusion of two haploid cells, that is the male gamete and female gamete, or we can say that zygote is the product of first fertilization, and that zygote develops into embryo. That diploid zygote initially divides into two cells, that is the apical cell and basal cell. Then after that, basal cell divides to two forms that row of cells which is called suspensor cell, and that suspensor cell pushes that another cells, that embryonal cell, towards the endosperm to getting nutrition. Likewise here, apical cell which shows transverse and two vertical division, that forms that now 8-celled stage, that is octant, and further that 8-celled embryo divides many times, and that forms mass of the cell, that is called embryonal mass, and further that develops into the embryonal axis, plumule and radicle. Here we can say that plumule, radicle and embryonal axis, that further develops into the cotyledon. One cotyledon in monocot plant and two cotyledons in the dicot plant. So that's the development of a embryo, and which is also a post-fertilization change. Then after, here we discuss some terms which is related to the post-fertilization changes, and in which first one is apomixis. Apomixis means here the process where seeds are developed without pollination and fertilization, and that process is called apomixis, and that seeds are called apomictic seeds. Means simply, in this apomixis, asexual reproduction mimics the sexual reproduction, and that is seen in grasses, some grasses, that is apomixis. Another thing is polyembryony. Polyembryony means here that name indicates poly, many, and embryo, many embryos. In this condition, that single ovule consists of many embryos, and these embryos develops from diploid cells or nucellus. Diploid cells of a nucellus. Many embryos are formed, and example is citrus, in which that polyembryonic condition is seen. Another thing is parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is a process where fruits are formed without pollination and fertilization. That process is called parthenocarpy. And the fruits which are formed through the parthenocarpy, they are called parthenocarpic fruits. And most importantly, these fruits are without seeds. An example is banana. In the parthenocarpy, the major role played by the PGR means plant growth regulators or the plant hormones, gibberellin, auxin. These plant hormones are helpful, and by the help of these plant hormones, that ovary turns into the fruit. That process is parthenocarpy, where there is no fertilization process. And at the last, here we study some significance of seed and fruits. In that, fruits provide nourishment to the developing seed, as the fruits having the reserve of food material, that's why that provides nutrition to the developing seeds. With that, fruits protect the seeds in immature condition, and after the maturity of the seed, that seed have ability to germinate, but till that fruits protect the seeds in the immature condition. Next one, seeds serve as an important propagating organ. We know that seed germinate into the propagules, that further individual plant is formed. And the last, seed and fruits develop special devices for their dispersal and thus help in the distribution of the species. So these are all the significance of a fruit and seeds. So in this video, here we discuss some aspects regarding to the post-fertilization changes, in which we discuss that development of endosperm, development of embryo, and some aspect that is apomixis, parthenocarpy, polyembryony, and significance of seed and fruit. So thank you very much. चॅनलला सबस्क्राईब करा, व्हिडिओजला लाईक आणि शेअर करा, जेणेकरून बऱ्याच लोकांपर्यंत हे व्हिडिओ माझे पोहोचतील. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.